Tales from a Professional Nerd. My name is BryanCPSteele, and I will be your nerd today and any other day that you watch one of my silly little shows. Well, hi everybody. I hope this finds you well. Today is going to be a quick episode because it's really just basically an announcement slash reminder that Gen Con Indy is next week, meaning I won't have a video, but I hopefully will have tons of awesome information afterwards. But I did want to jump on here and at least let you know a couple of places where you'll be able to find me. While you're at Gen Con, if obviously if you are running around doing all the great things, I don't expect you to try and locate little old me. And this show is very strange for me this year because I'm not, other than a couple of very specific instances, I'm not really tethered to a booth or anything like that, because I kind of came to this Gen Con sort of with the shotgun approach, uh, where I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go and do a little bit for a lot of people, meaning that if you do a little bit for a lot of people, none of those individual people are beholden to make sure that you are in a place. So it means that I had to set up most of my schedule and then fill in, where I could. So we're just going to quickly run down how my Gen Con is expected to go. Obviously, things might change other than the stuff that's set specifically in the schedule, but overall, it will at least give you an idea where to find me if you're there. I will always be wearing it pretty much every day. I'll be wearing one of my colorful Hawaiian style shirts, whether it's the Thundercats or Silverhawks or Masters of the Universe. I love those shirts, and they are comfy for me to wear. So I wear those at shows. It also makes easy to kind of zero in and find me. Um, Now, Gen Con is a weird show because I normally like to wear my cap wherever I go. But Gen Con is hot. It's a lot of bodies. It's Indiana summer. Um, so putting this on and then being in that is almost a guaranteed headache and quite often uncomfortably sweaty. So unless it's in the evening, I don't generally put this on. So you don't go looking around and be like, hey, where's that cap? Because you probably won't see it. Um, but if you find me and you want to stop and say hi and you want to, flag me down and be like, hey, I see your show, or hey, I read your thing, or hey, sign this thingamahoozits, just do so. I will be around. I will be available. Um, yeah. So, uh, Gen Con is always a weird show. I've been going for 30 years. Um, and it's it's become far busier than it ever was before. It's jam packed with people. It's full of crowds. It's stretched over multiple hotels, multiple locations, multiple like facility sites at this point. Um, so it is hard to overschedule at Gen Con. Like something like Gary Con or Gamehole Con, I'm very good to fill out my calendar to make sure that I'm doing something pretty much all the time. Origin's a little bit less so because I normally have like specific things that I've got to get done. And Gen Con is the polar opposite of all of those kind of laid back fun shows. It's still fun. It's a gaming convention. It's the best, 4 days in gaming. Um, but it is busy and it's mostly business. It's a lot less socialization. It's a lot more meetings and panels and meetings. And I've got to go to this event because they're playing my game. And just it's a lot of it's a lot of that. So if you do have a time in your schedule and you think you see me or you can go to one of the things that I'm going to be at, um, feel free to link up. I don't know if I'll be able to sit around and have a lot of, it might be a quick meet and greet. It might be a quick say hi, how you doing, then I got to go do a thing. But I will never say no to a quick, hey, how you doing, unless I'm like literally late for something. Um, yeah, so let's talk about it. So I get into Gen Con Wednesday afternoon. Since I'm not part of a booth, I don't have to worry about setting anything up, so I don't have to be there early. So I will be, my wife will be driving me to the hotel sometime in the afternoon, drop my stuff off, and then I'll go pick up my badge and stuff. Wednesday night, I believe I have a meeting with, I've got a meeting with a bunch of people who I have worked with from overseas. Some of them I've never met in person, so that should be fun. Um, Thursday is kind of my, I don't want to be like it's my free day. It's my open day where I'm going to get to go do the perusing of the hall, do the shopping, do the do the Gen Con stuff on Thursday. Um, I'm planning on having a really nice lunch with a former well, I mean he's still a colleague, but we haven't worked together in a while. That we realized that we both have Thursday open, and we're gonna try and link up and sit down. I think we may try and talk a little shop. He has recently entered very deeply into the freelance scene, and I think there may be some brain picking involved. Um, Friday is my busy day. Friday, I've got a panel at 1 o'clock talking about the creation and working within worlds. Basically, like world when coming up with settings and things, or working within settings inside of another, inside of games and stuff. And that's going to be at the Marriott at 2 2 o'clock at the Marriott in the Tennessee room. I think it's sold out. I think that panel is already sold out. Um, but whatever the case may be, see if you can get a ticket, swing by. There's almost always sometimes no shows. So it'd be worth popping in if you can. After that, I get to the one time that I know for a fact that I will be tethered to a booth. Pretty much as soon as that panel is over, I hoof it over to the exhibition center, to room 20, or not room, booth 2593. I think. I think it's 2593. It's the Ghostfire booth. Let me pull that up real quick. It is 2935. So booth 2935 over in the exhibition hall. I'll be at the Ghostfire booth from basically from when I get done with that panel until the hall closes on Friday. So that's going to be the best place for you to ever find me if you want to do like signatures or just stop and say hi. Um, I'm going to be probably there answering a lot of questions about Vampire Bound by Blood. We'll talk about that when we get into the week in Bryan. Yeah, so that's where I will be on Friday afternoon. Then pretty much as soon as that's done, I'm going to grab a quick dinner and then pop over to the D&D Tower, a block or so away, a couple of blocks away, because Friday night, speaking of Vampire Bound by Blood, Jason Carl is running for the first time in a public format, for a bunch of really cool role players. He's going to be running a game that he's written, or a scenario that he's written using Vampire Bound by Blood. So I'm very excited to get to go there. Not to mention I get to hang out with a couple of very cool cats that I talked to about trying to link up and make sure that we kind of all sat together. But it's just going to be fun. it's gonna be fun to see. Jason's an amazing storyteller slash game master slash DM, whatever the name you want to use. Um, and he lives and breathes vampire. He absolutely knows the ins and outs of that universe better than better than some of the people who've worked in it. And I am very much looking forward to seeing what he puts together. He and I have talked a little bit about some of the stuff that he needed for this, um, but I don't know the plot. I don't know any of the hooks. So it's I don't know the storyline. I don't know any twists or whatever. So that's gonna be fun, kind of seeing it unfold, in real time. I do believe there's some tickets left of that. I mean, it was close to being sold out when I last time I looked. Um, and it's going to be a packed house. So if you get a chance, please, it'd be great to swing by for you to A, support the project, but B, also, say hi to, just say hi to me. That'd be great. I'd love to see you. Um, and see some amazing role players up there flexing their role playing chops, because I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Jason is, like I said, he's a really, really good storyteller. And unlike a lot of live plays that tend to be extremely, uh, you know, tongue in cheek and a laugh riot, it's comedy, comedy, comedy. I don't expect that out of Jason. I'm sure there will probably be a couple of fun moments, like maybe some momentary laughter. But I think that he's gonna show a lot of people. I'm gonna soapbox. A lot of people claim that you can't have like real good, serious, like role play drama with a rule set like D&D, and I disagree fully. I think it's some of the dramatic moments and things in shows like Critical Role that that show you. I mean, yeah, we get them around the table at home, but like a lot of live plays lean real hard into the goof. They lean hard into the laugh. The laughter. Comedy's easy at the table to get. Do a silly thing, do something that's dumb for your character, and hijinks ensue. But like sometimes it's kind of hard to do. Get drama to get that across, that horror, that to get that across the table without it feeling goofy. And I think Jason's going to do an amazing job of showing people that the game system is less relevant than the setting and the skill of the person using it. So either way, that's where I'll be Friday night. And then when that's done, I don't know what I'll be up to, post Friday night. Maybe that might end up being my socialization night. I don't know. Um, Saturday during the day, I know I have a, pretty important business luncheon that I have to go to. There's some licensing stuff, work, 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 work. Basically, I've got some time to do some stuff around it, but like primarily, um, my Saturday has been highlighted during the day to be like, okay, I need to do this thing. And then when that's all said and done, Saturday night I've got my Cybertronic Spree concert. I know it's not Gen Con specific, it's not Gen Con related, but I have loved this band for years, and I've never been able to actually see them. They've always been, if they're in town, it's while I'm at a show, or if they're in town, it's while I'm doing something super important or I'm under deadline. This is the first time that they have been in town doing a show while I'm in town doing a show that I wasn't like utterly beholden to, like crushed by uh, uh, crushed by the schedule. I had the opportunity to set this into my schedule to literally build that Saturday night concert in. So I'm grabbing an Uber and I'm bopping up to I think it's up in Castleton. I don't remember. I have to look up it might be Fishers. I don't remember. It's about 35 minutes away by Uber. So I'm gonna hop in an Uber, bop over there, go check out the Cybertronics free concert. love every minute of it, and then head back to the uh, uh, head back to Gen Con, and then I think Saturday night is a couple of my friends. It's become almost a tradition. A handful of friends, or friends of friends, or friends that I have made through other people. They all get together and they play. I know, shock and awe at Gen Con. They play board games. But they get together and they find a free play place in one of their hotels or whatever, and they just kind of camp out and sort of have a we don't get to see each other, but maybe once a year um, game night. And I think I'm gonna crash that after the concert and enjoy. And then Sunday is excuse me, Sunday is kind of laid back for me. I don't have anything scheduled. But I did talk to someone. They may want me to hop into their panel. It sounds like someone is not going to make it to the show after all, and it is in a topic that I understand. So I might fill a seat on the Sunday. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. And then after the show is head back home and start doing the post Gen Con catch up after losing a handful of days of work. So yeah, so like I said, this show is it's busy, but it's a different kind of busy. Like if you go back and watch some of the episodes I've done about like here's what I'm doing at GaryCon or here's what I'm doing at GameholeCon, I can list off a dozen things and it's back to back to back to back, but yet those shows don't feel as busy. Yeah, my schedule is completely packed, but they are more laid back. It's a smaller venue, less people, easier to get from point A to point B. Don't have to fight 75,000 people in a crowd to get to your event. So Gen Con is exhausting. Gen Con is awesome. Gen Con is fun. It's amazing. I always end up coming back, exhausted, but like energized about stuff, about things, about topics, about parts of the industry. Um, it is definitely more commercial, extremely business based, for me anyway. And it is I don't get to play stuff as often or even really run things that often at Gen Con. It's not that kind of show for me. So while I will be super busy and it's going to be a ton of fun, it's going to be an absolute just butt whooping every day. Like when I get back to the hotel, it's going to be and flop dead sleep. Um, so I hope if you're watching this and going to Gen Con, I hope that you find me. I hope that we get a chance to say hi, even just a high five or a hug. Um, it's a hell of a show, and I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to a lot of really cool stuff. Uh, but that does mean that you will not get a video out of me next week. It'll be 2 weeks from now when you get the next video. Uh, yeah. All right. So I know that's kind of a weird sort of segue, be like, and that's my show. I just really kind of wanted to let everybody know what was going on with Gen Con and where they might, the one time that I know for a fact where they'll be able to find me is at Ghostfire on Friday. Um, well, I hope I get a chance to see you there. And if I don't, I hope that you are safe and have a good time, and that you are being good little gamers wherever you may be. If that's the only thing that you came to this video just to stick your head in and say hi, then please go about your day, go do stuff, go do cool things, wash your hands, get your shots, all that sort of malarkey. Just try and leave every room a little happier than when you got there, and I think that we're gonna be okay. If that isn't the only reason that you watch these shows, if you do want to hear a little bit about the week in Bryan, you know, stick around after this little break. So now that everybody else is gone, now that the lifers aren't here, how you doing? Welcome to the Week in Bryan. All right. So on a personal level, I got to use it was last weekend was fantastic. I had two of my colleague convention friends, people who I would no longer, they're not colleagues. I mean, they are, but like they're now friends. Like I've known them and hung out with them enough at shows, and now even outside of shows, and we talk all the time on Facebook, and uh, just two really good salt of the earth people that I met through the convention circuit. Um, Came over for a barbecue. I got to break out my brand new grill that I got from Father's Day, got it all gassed up, and I went. I won't say I went a little nuts, but I made a lot of food. I made some pasta salad and an apple crumble and some ribs and some chicken and a couple of steaks. I went nuts because it's not very often that we get to entertain, and it was the I'm not even gonna try and do that. It was the first time the grill got up and cooking, and just wanted to kind of celebrate it. It was also the first time that these two people had been to my house. It was fun. It was a good time. We ate lots of good food. Some other people came over, ate food, and left. My kids hung around for a little while, and we played a couple of board games. Well, I guess we played a card game. Yeah, like played some games, and then they went off and did their thing. But it was a really nice time. It was a lot of fun. Um, it recharged my entertainer batteries. Like I love having people over. It doesn't happen that often anymore. Everybody's so busy, myself included. But it was really nice. It was nice to have people over, and I think that is something that I want to try and do more often. I believe. I think that's probably going to be the best thing. Additionally, right now, through the next couple of days, my in-laws, my sister-in-law and brother-in-law on Natalie's side, I guess they wouldn't be in-laws if they were on my side. Um, they live out in Maryland, which, if you're not familiar, is far away from Indiana, and they have not been back home in a long time, but they're visiting right now. So get a chance to. We're gonna go out to dinner and stuff tonight. So that's gonna be a lot of fun. It is. I'm super glad. I'm so glad that it's this week and not next week. Um, because if they would have shown up next week, I would have likely not been able to see them because of Gen Con. It's too busy to my. It's too important to my career. Um, but I'm just really glad that we're going to get a chance to hang out tonight, to see them, to see my nephew. I haven't seen him outside of a computer screen or a phone in years, so I'm excited. It's going to be very very nice, and it is one of the reasons why this upcoming weekend is going to be pretty busy. Just it's just a lot going on. Hobby wise, I am gonna clean up my. I was talking to one of my buddies recently. I've got some stuff. I have a whole bunch of stuff that I need to 3D print. I need and part of the reason why the printing is or part of the reason why I haven't hobbied is because the printer is covered in stuff. It's just I need to take it apart. I need to clean it. I need to get some new resin. It's just I look over there and it's just daunting. There's just a lot that needs to be done. Um, but I'm gonna get off my butt and do it after Gen Con. I have a few good reasons now to get the printer up and running. I've got a handful of Warzone models I need to get printed for the first time. Um, and just I just need to get uh, kind of get that side of the studio cleaned up and back to being productive is really what it comes down to. Um, yeah, so that's all the hobby. Gaming wise, playing a bunch of video games. Played the board games with my friends that came over the weekend. Last night had a really cool playtest session. Um, an RPG playtest session. That was a lot of fun. Last weekend, I did have a chance to get a couple of games in of Warzone and one of Xenogenesis. It's just been busy. It's a lot of little extra side stuff that needs to get done, um, which always takes time. I am consulting slash developing another miniatures game for a private consultant up in Canada, or a private client up in Canada, and so I've started to work out the details of how his core rule system is going to work. The play testing for that's not going to really begin in earnest for probably about another month. Um, but it is definitely going to be something that I'm going to need to do some proxying, put some stuff on the tables, and go. All right, here's here's how this works. Um, and we'll see. That's what he's paying me to try and help make the game come together in a meaningful way. So that's what we're gonna do. Um, that's all the gaming. Work wise, work has been steady. I just wrapped up on a really cool, we call them bonus features for Everyday Heroes. Looking very forward to people getting a chance to see that. It does stray from the norm, but I think that's kind of the point. When it's something that's coming out a little closer to Halloween, so it's themed in that direction. So I'm excited to see how that goes. Also, all of our bonus features have like we try to put out an adventure that is like using a lot of that theme or some of those rules and a lot of that theme. And the person I'm working with to put that together, that adventure together, I love her to death, and I think this is one of the first times we've had a chance to directly collab on something. So that should be a lot of fun. Um, I'm still waiting to hear back about the pitch page, the all the pitch details for the next Shadowrun books. I haven't had a chance to start anything for that yet because I'm still waiting. Obviously, I don't want to dive into a project that they may go, hey, you need to change 10 things. Plus, I'm still waiting on the edits from the last one. Uh, I know when that happens, it will be a couple of days of me just having to go through and ratifying and doing some quick rewrites and whatnot. But there always is. It's just part of the process. Uh, Still waiting to hear back from the Linvander guys about when we will see when everything goes to print and comes back from the printer for Thundercats. Um, I can't wait. I can't wait. It's gonna be so good. I've seen the layout copies of what certain sections look like. They're pretty books. Devin and David, the guys who are doing the layout, have done an amazing job with what we built. So I'm really excited to see those come together and get out into people's grubby little mitts. Um, yeah, Warzone continues. A bunch of really fun stuff just went into playtest, and playtesters seem to be having a good time with it, including a handful of new playtesters that we brought on board to round out some numbers. Um, yeah, no, it's just been really good. Warzone's been solid. I know that we are waiting for everybody to be back from Gen Con for various reasons to kind of put out the next thing where they just wrapped up the tagged Transatlantis Games just wrapped up the frontier for Warzone, so we're in that kind of push to the next thing, the next release. We're in that pattern. So yeah, I'm hoping that sales maintain, and now that the STL thing is kind of, it's no longer the spotlight focus, that we can look at maybe putting some focus on the next set of releases or whatnot. Um, More cool stuff to come from there. One of the big Warzone news is for the next week anyway. Next Friday at Gen Con, uh, probably our most prolific convention demoer, Gray, Gray is running a tournament that last time I checked only had like 2 spots left. And considering that there's no booth or sales presence at Gen Con, that's pretty good. So awesome. I can't wait to hear how that tournament show turns out. Um, and then my personal big business news, I suppose, is next Tuesday, so the 28th. I don't know what time of day. I know they're based out of Seattle, so maybe it'll be like noon. I don't know. But the release day of Vampire Bound by Blood is the 28th. So just a couple of days before Gen Con, it's gonna drop. I have a sneaking suspicion that people are going to be talking about it a lot at Gen Con. I hope in good ways. um, so yeah, I'll be very excited to get a chance to actually talk about all the things that we weren't able to talk about before the release. Um, and as soon as I get back from Gen Con, I think I'm gonna probably do a an ask me anything about the vampire product now that it's at that point it'll be out. So I'll probably do a live when we get back from Gen Con. Um, yeah, so that's pretty much the week in Brian. It's been good. It's looking like it's gonna be better. And I'm excited for the show and see what comes of it. So without further ado, just everybody out there, please be safe. Thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe, do all that kind of stuff. Wash your hands, get your shots, don't lick doorknobs. Uh, all the fun things to try and keep you healthy, happy, and safe. If you're visiting Indiana, do not eat any factory lettuce. Right now, we are still fighting the leafy greens parasite that wreaks havoc on your intestinal system. So just please be safe. Don't if you're buying burgers while you're here at Gen Con, ask them not to put lettuce on them. Just be safe, please, for everyone's sake. Um, yeah, just have a good time, have a good 2 weeks, and be safe, have fun, and try and leave every room a little happier than when you got there. That's all I can ask of you. I will see you in 2 weeks with awesome stories and ask me anythings and stuff about Vampire Bound by Blood. Have fun, stay safe, play some games, because you know I do.